Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. It is time to paint our Ho-Ho Retro door hanger design. This is one of the new ones that we released in, it was a couple of Fridays ago, but I've slept a few times since then. We had Southern Adornments live and we've just got home on Sunday and have been getting ready for all the things. So let me make sure that this is streaming okay before we begin. Drop a comment. Let me know who's watching. We're going to be painting this design. It's available in our shop at shopdoorhangers.com. I did put the link to the template and the wood blank for you guys. Drop a comment. Let me know. In the video description, so it's easy to find. And I'm going to make sure and share this into the Painters Clubhouse and into the Southern Adornments Live group. That way you guys can easily find me because we're going to be talking about Southern SA Live today. We just wrapped up an amazing event this past weekend, and we're already selling tickets to next year's event in 2025. And if you haven't heard, we made the announcement from the stage. Next year's event is going to be in Destin, Florida. So we're returning to the beach, and it's going to be October 3rd and 4th. And so many of you have already grabbed your ticket immediately because you're like, I had the best time ever. I definitely want to do this again. Hey, Heather. Heather was watching virtually in our group. I know a lot of our virtual attendees really enjoyed it. Is anybody a virtual attendee who's like, there's no way I'm missing this in person next year? Because I know that a lot of people who were there this year felt that way last year. She said virtual was so much fun, but definitely not like being there. It's not quite the same as actually being there, right? It never can be. Hey, Beck, watching over on YouTube. Thank you for saying hello. I see Angel is on YouTube also. Good morning, Elizabeth and Charity Joe. Michael's here with me in the background. Hey, Michael.
Hey.
He decided to pop up here. Our freight has arrived from the event. It arrived earlier today, so we've got to unpack pallets and all the things and get things put back where they go. Unpacking a room trip is always the worst. Ish. You're not putting things back where they go?
Not right now.
Cassie said it was so nice to be in the Smokies. It's nice to finally meet you. I'm glad you were able to come, Cassie. We had such a fun time. Linda says, hi from the road, just a couple of hours away from home. You must have stayed a couple of extra days. How nice. Anne said, I had a blast at SA Live in Sevierville. Thank you and your team for such an awesome time. My team was amazing this past week. They hustled their butts off and got everything done. If you did not hear the drama, I can tell you about it here in a minute, but our freight was late. It was supposed to have arrived the day before the event at 8 a.m. And we thought, oh, we're going to have like 8.5 hours to set up. It's going to be great. No, it arrived 5 hours late at like 1 p.m. and we had to be out of there no later. Well, we originally had to be out there by 5 p.m. They did extend it. Of course, they charged us extra, but it took us about 4.5, 5-ish hours to get it all put out. And then the next day we were still finding stuff that we were like, did anybody see this? Where did that go? Hey, Tammy. Lydia says, I can't attend the live when I purchase, when can I purchase a virtual ticket? Right now, Lydia, I put the link in the video description for where you can go to purchase a ticket to next year's event. You're not going to want to miss it.
Mary said, I wish I had a kit. Sitting and watching was hard to do.
It really is. It really is hard to do when you're at home and you just want to be there with everyone and paint alongside everybody. And there's nothing like being able to walk around the room and see how everybody else has painted the same design and get inspired.
Heather said, I cannot even believe it, but my husband even wants to come to the beach.
Oh, nice. Is he going to craft with us or just lounge on the beach while you craft? We did have a couple of husbands come in and craft with us this year. Laura's so excited for this design. Some of our Painters Clubhouse sisters got this design early in their companion packs because they knew ahead of time that I was going to be painting this one live today. I'm going to go ahead and just start by painting my letter H with the color Buttermilk. I struggled to find the right color for this part. It was kind of between a yellow and a cream. And I thought if it doesn't look right, I can mix a little yellow with my cream to make it more goldy because like this is the original image.
See, Sandy said, did I miss this? What is that shirt?
Oh, no, this is just a shirt I got on Temu. It says, oh, Christmas tree, and it's little Christmas tree cakes. And I've got my Christmas tree cake earrings on. And then the flannel is from Maurice's. And the toppers are a pair I wear. I'm all Christmas spirit today.
let's see. Helen wanted to know if there was any kits left. We just got the freight in, and probably after this live, we'll be unpacking everything to see what all exactly we have left.
I don't think we have enough of everything to put together full virtual kits. However, we might have a few of this and that to be able to sell you guys like one of each, what we have left of each project. And we will be posting those in the Facebook group for the attendees and virtual people only. And so we should have that up in the next couple of days.
Well, Teresa said they just left this morning to head back to Texas.
Oh, nice. Hope you guys have a safe trip.
One of the things you said that walking around and seeing the finished products at SA Live, that is probably the thing that I enjoy the most, because you're sitting here and you're cutting,
you just see the wood pieces every day, huh?
Well, you cut hundreds of them, and so to see the finished product, I don't know, there's like a sense of completion and satisfaction, and
that's why sometimes when I finish painting one of these, I will take it back to the shop and I'm like, look how this one looks painted, because all they see all every day is the wood piece. They can't see it with full color. I did that with our North Pole cookie co-design that I did in the clubhouse a couple of weeks ago. I immediately took it back there. I was like, check this out. How cool is this? And Charlie's got it hanging on her bedroom door right now.
I see.
Teresa's coming to SA Live 2025. Yay.
And so's Barbara. Yeah, perfect.
Lori says her daughter wants to go to Disney, so they're going to have to do one or the other. Why not do both?
Yeah, just
you craft and she goes to Disney,
or
sounds like win-win.
And then just head on down to Orlando.
Okay. Do I want to do gray under my red? Sometimes I'm lazy about that part. I'm like, I know I should. I think I will, just to save myself and yourselves the heartache. I'm going to get gray sky, and we're going to primer all the areas that are going to have red on them. Now, this is going to have red, gray, and green. So I'm going to paint the whole thing gray. So bear with me while it gets ugly for a minute.
So Michelle Hart wanted to know if there was any 2023 ornaments left, and will those be posted? And I do believe we had some. I don't know how many left, but
I think we do have some. So when we get a count on those, we will get those added to the website, and you guys will be able to grab those as well. But for right now, you can grab your ticket to SA Live 2025 in Destin. Click the link in the video description. It's going to take you over there. It'll tell you all about the event. If you've never heard about it before, go watch some of the reels or the TikToks that I've posted the last couple of days. Or better yet, go to my page, and Friday I did a live while I was at, whoops, I just dipped in the wrong color. I did a live while I was at Southern Adornments Live right after we completed our first project. And I walked around the room and kind of showed you what it's all about. It was a really good glimpse into what SA Live is.
Heather's husband will not be joining us to paint. He will be sunbathing.
He'll just be on the beach.
Yep.
Well, that's a good time of year to be on the beach, because October, it's not busy there. And so you kind of have the beach, not to yourself, but it's a lot less crowded that time of year. Okay, this is going to be red also. So we're going to put the gray on it as a primer. And it doesn't have to be a really solid gray coat. It can just be, a light coat. So I kind of thinned my gray out so it would smooth on a little easier. Yeah, I feel like unpacking from the event is one of my least favorite parts. It's like you come home and because you're trying to pack up in a hurry and get out of there, you kind of throw everything in boxes and bring it all home. And then you have to deal with your mess when you get home. All of Charlie's projects are still in her swag bag in the sunroom. She hasn't really unpacked them and taken to her room yet.
Am I able to delete messages?
Like comments?
Yeah, if so, I may have done it accidentally.
Did you type something you shouldn't have?
No, like there was somebody had posted a comment about they wanted to go, but they would have to see. And like I was trying to refresh, and I may have accidentally. I don't know if I.
You think you might have deleted it?
I don't know.
I don't think you probably did. I don't think you did,
okay.
Because you're logged in, I think, as my personal Facebook. So I don't think you can do that. I think you have to be logged in as my business.
Okay, so Lori asked, so her daughter doesn't want to paint the peace sign. What should we put there instead? I was thinking like big colored dots.
Yeah, big polka dot, just make it like a flower with like a solid center and then fill it with polka dots in the middle. That would be really cute. Yeah, if you're not into the whole retro peace signs, smiley faces, all of that, feel free to change this design up and make it your own.
Kimberly wanted to know, did you say that just the tickets are on sale, or both the tickets and the virtual tickets are on sale?
Just the tickets. We usually don't sell virtual tickets to our event until a lot closer. So like this year, we sold the virtual tickets to our event about a month before the actual event happened. So with our event being October 3rd and 4th next year, we'll probably sell those virtual tickets around the 1st of September next year. Maybe August. It just kind of depends on our promotional calendar.
Angela had a good suggestion. Make it a cookie or a flower.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
And then, Mary said, I definitely want to go. I have an internal struggle with coming all alone. There was somebody else. I know that there was at least one. She stood up and shared at the last day, didn't she?
Yeah, there were multiple people who came alone, or they just brought their husbands with them. And their husband, they sat in the conference room alone. But I'll say a lot of these ladies ended up making friends with the person sitting next to them or right behind them, or connecting with people and going to lunch together. And so even if you come alone, you're not going to be alone for very long before you find somebody that you're going to connect with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, it wasn't me. Mary.
Mary deleted her comment.
Yep. She said, no, Michael, I deleted my comment. I was like, okay, good.
Also, huge shout out to Amy Iverson. Look at this darling cup she brought me at the event. And it had a whole gift bag full of things that were pink. And so I have been enjoying this cup. So thank you, Amy. Becca's going to come. Wonderful. Sarah said, I finally gotten the courage to do more live since talking to you. Oh, that makes me feel so good. I'm so glad.
That is, yeah, it's hard to do.
I'll say doing a Facebook Live's easier than getting on stage and talking. My stomach was in knots the morning of the event when it was getting ready to start. I mean, I had run to the bathroom, I think 3 times before I had to be on stage. And I was just a nervous wreck. And everybody's like, you don't need to be nervous. You'll do great. And I'm like, I know, but tell my stomach that.
Mary already got a ticket, and it's going to be her first time.
Wonderful.
And Mom's watching.
Hey, Mom or Granny.
It'll be her first time going to an event in Destin.
Yes. Kathy was supposed to be with us in the mountains, but she broke her foot and it's taking a long time to heal. So she had to cancel the trip and wasn't able to be there with us. And there were many, many times during that trip that I thought Kathy would have loved this. I wish Kathy was here. And so you were definitely missed, Granny Kathy. We thought about you a lot. We talked about you a lot. So, if we do another event in the mountains, you'll definitely have to be sure to be at that one. But you love the beach, too, just as much as you love the mountains. I think your mom just loves to travel, period.
She does. She drives to Paris, Tennessee for a sandwich.
That doesn't mean much to the people watching if they don't know how far Paris is.
She drives 30, 45 minutes.
She'd drive across state lines just to try a good sandwich. She loves to travel and be on the go.
Stephanie said she came along to the event and instantly made friends with the ladies next to her.
Wonderful. Yeah, if you come to any of these events and you're by yourself, it might require you to put yourself out a little bit there and to like speak to somebody you don't know. But I can guarantee you that it wouldn't take 5 minutes for you to just let somebody know, hey, I came here by myself. Would it be okay if I went to lunch with you guys? Or do you mind if I sit with y'all? This group of ladies is so welcoming. I mean, they will welcome anybody right in. That was who you were talking about, I bet. She joined the Flamingo group of ladies because she said, I wasn't a Flamingo, but they welcomed me in. And so it's kind of cool that, like, some of these people are coming and they kind of create little pods or groups of friends at these events.
Yeah, I know that me and her, I can't think of her name. I'm horrible with names. But we sat there and we talked for a little bit as I was walking up and down one of the aisles, and we talked about her husband and him being big history buff. And we sat there and we chit-chatted for a little while, and then the next day, she turned around, she stood up, and she shared, and it was her first event, and she had come by herself. And the night before the event, she was in her hotel room, and she was thinking about leaving.
Oh, that makes me sad.
But she didn't, and she was so glad she didn't. And I went up to her afterwards, and I told her, because I mean, me and her had like a 10, 15 minute conversation, and I told her that I was glad she decided to stay. So
I know there are probably ladies watching this right now or on the replay who had a ticket in hand and talked themselves out of coming. Guarantee it. There were 29 women who had a ticket, and for whatever reason, they couldn't come or talked themselves out of coming.
Yeah, sometimes things do
come up. I know that's not everybody, but I say that because there was a lady there that you're talking about, another lady that told me that she said, I almost didn't come. I almost talked myself out of it because I was going to have to drive 4 hours to get there. And like, you know how like, it's kind of like when you want to go work out or something, but you're like, oh, I just don't feel like it. Or you come up with all the reasons why you shouldn't. But then after you're done, you're like, I'm so glad I did that. I feel so much better. And that's what she told me. She said, my husband is the one who pushed me to go ahead and come. And once I got there, I realized like, I'm so glad I came. But I think sometimes we talk ourselves out of doing something because we're a little scared. We're a little nervous, or we're getting out of our comfort zone. We're feeling like it's going to put us out to go do the thing. But a lot of times that's where the growth happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Has Charlie taken your disco ball earrings yet?
Disco ball earring? No, she doesn't. I don't even know if she noticed that I had them.
Nope, she hasn't.
Because she hasn't asked about them.
Is next year the same place in Destin as last year?
Yeah. So next year we'll be at the Destin Convention Center, and our hotel will be the Island Resort right there.
One?
Huh?
The same one?
Same one. Good. Yes.
I like that place.
How did you not know? You say that like that's news to you.
Like there's a lot going on.
You don't keep up with the details, but you know what? That's going to be your job pretty soon, keeping up with those logistics. He told me after this event, he goes, I'm going to take that off your plate. I'll be the one talking to the convention center, managing the contracts. You won't have to do that because I'm not a details person. And there were a few details at this event that I kind of like, whoops, dropped the ball on or left out, like how many tables we needed for the vendor booth, things like that. And so I think he was like, I'm better at details. I can handle that, is what he said. And I was grateful for it. Okay, we painted the base coat on this gray. So now we're going back and putting red in the places that need red. And I'm noticing, I think there's cat hair on my door hanger. I bet one of the cats laid on this, and there's like fur baked into my paint now. Whoops.
I think Brenda Suarez is excited that it's going to be at the same place. I think that's what she's talking about.
Yes, Brenda almost didn't come as well. But then she, at the last minute, dropped everything. She said, I didn't even tell my kids I was coming. I just showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw her in the room. I had heard that she wasn't going to come, so I wasn't expecting to see her. And then partway through the first morning, I think, I looked up and spotted her in the crowd. If you've ever met Brenda before, you'll never forget her. Yep. She's one of those faces that I will never forget her or her name. She's just a big personality. I love you, Brenda. And when I spotted her in the room, I was like, oh, Brenda's here. And I ran over and gave her the biggest hug. And I was just so surprised that she made it. So,
and Mom, because I know Mom's listening, I want Mom to meet Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
So
they will get along great.
Oh, yeah.
There's this little bitty spot right up here in the corner. So I switched to a little angle tip brush to get to it. This one right here.
So Cassie Owen said, I came alone to the event and made friends instantly with ladies sitting beside me. It was great meeting new people. Everyone is so friendly and welcoming.
Oh, Melissa said, I haven't come to an event because none of my friends want to come. Well, you can come alone and you will have friends instantly when you get there.
Worst case scenario, I might even be able to talk JD into it. We'll just sit down, you can be in the middle, we'll be on each side, and we'll just be painting with you. And
let me just be honest with you, Melissa. Your friends don't want to come because they don't know. They don't know what it's about. They haven't seen how it is. And they probably don't know me. So they're like, Tamara, who? And so We have had people who bring their sister or their friend with them, and their friend is just going on the fact that they like to craft, and it sounds like it could be fun. But then once their friend comes once, they're like, let's do this again next year. And then they start following me online and they craft together throughout the year. I mean, you just have to get that one friend to commit to go on the faith of if they love crafting. So talk to your most crafty friends and talk them into coming, or just come by yourself. And then once you get home after that first event, go to those friends and be like, ha ha, look what you missed. We did this and this and this and this, and look at these incredible pictures. And then they'll really realize what they missed out on. And they'll definitely want to go with you the next year.
Brenda was thanking me for the information on magnets and metal discs. I was telling her about Total Element.
Mm-hmm. I just read Colleen's comment. She said, I was one of those that you're talking about that, let myself talk myself out of not coming. She said, but virtual is not the same. She'll definitely not let herself do that again. I hope you won't, Colleen. I hope you'll hold yourself to that and be there next year. It's just not the same.
I look forward to seeing her in Destiny.
I'm putting another coat of red on here, and then we're going to lighten this red and do some checkerboard pattern with a lighter shade of red.
Virginia said, hi, Tamara, I didn't get to actually meet you only because you were so busy, but I absolutely had an amazing time and have tickets to Destin. But I got so tickled at all the men that lined up at lunch break and at the end of the day waiting to pick up their wives.
Wasn't that adorable?
It reminded me of kindergarten pickup. You know what, though?
It was precious.
And you even commented on this, or me and you were even talking about it, about how many husbands actually came in this time and was looking at what all was painted and stuff like that.
Well, we did something that we hadn't done in previous events. We did something called a family gallery walk, where they could pretty much just bring their families in and walk around the room, and everybody kind of left their projects laying on the table. So you could walk around and see what everybody had painted. And it really gave the families a little bit more of a glimpse into like what was going on inside that room where their wives were. And it was really cute. There was one couple that had, I think they're correct. If that was you, say it was me. They're experiencing their first anniversary in December. They had just gotten married a little over a year, or almost a year ago. And he was literally waiting there at the door, could not wait to, get back with her. And I'm like, oh, they're still in the honeymoon phase. He missed her while she was in class. It was just so precious.
Mary asked, which type of room is best at that hotel?
Are we talking about at the Island Hotel?
Yeah, I think so.
Obviously, the beachfront room. I mean, you got to wake up to see that. It cost a lot more, of course, but that is the best rooms. They're the most updated, like the furnishings and everything are a little nicer than the ones that are not on beachfront. If you can't afford beachfront, the next choice would probably be the ones that are like poolside. They have some where when you walk out on your patio outside your room, you know how like each room has a little balcony patio area. If you're on the first floor and you walk out on your patio, you can literally sit on the edge of your patio with your feet in the pool. The pool meets the edge of your patio. Or you could, if you like being up high and don't want to be on the edge, you could have like a balcony room on the second floor and overlook the pool and grotto area. And that's really pretty too.
I apologize. I'm trying to
keep up with all the comments.
Yeah, but Brandy Jo had asked, she missed the color name for the red.
Oh, this is just primary red. You could also use true red. But what I'm going to do now is mix a little bit of white, or hold on. I might actually mix a little bit of buttermilk because I think that will kind of match a little better with my red to make a lighter shade. And we're going to use this color to do the little checkerboard pattern on the O at the top. And I'm doing this instead of picking out a different color because sometimes this keeps it in a similar shade. It's like a different shade of the same color. And you can run the risk if you're picking a different color, different bottled color, of getting a color that just doesn't really jive. You can tell it's not quite the same shade. Oh, Felicia, we missed you at this year's event. She said, I'm going to grab tickets for myself and my 9-year-old. Please do. My daughter, Charlie, will be 10 next year. And this year she was like, Mama, is there going to be anybody my age there that I can sit with? And I was like, I don't know, baby. And then one of our helpers did bring their daughter who was 10, and they did hang out a little bit together. But Charlie sat through every class and painted along just like the adults. I really was afraid that like her attention span would wane and she wouldn't be able to make it, but there was a huge difference in her from last year to this year. And I think your daughter, if she's anything like my daughter, Felicia, she would have such a good time. They could sit together. That would be great. We could even make them a little like assigned reserved seats, which I probably should do in the future for Charlie anyway, because this year, as everybody was coming in and picking their seats, Charlie ran backstage and goes, Mama, where do I sit? And I said, I don't know, baby. Go pick a seat. Find any empty seat that you can find. One that's still got a swag bag in the chair, because that means nobody has taken that seat yet. She goes, okay. And she ran out there and she found one eventually. But I'm like, next year, maybe I should make her a reserved seat so that she knows her place because she does roam. She doesn't sit still very long. She'll paint the project and then she'll get up and run around and encourage everybody and show them what she painted. Okay. I'm gonna have to shed my flannel. It's warming up in here now.
Missy said, "Hi, Tamara and Michael. It was my first event, and I was so impressed with everything from you and the staff to the time Michael put in getting those pieces of wood really smooth." Yes, I was one of the ones that stood up and thanked Michael. It was so great meeting you all in person. Many thanks to your hard work.
Somebody you had commented earlier that they didn't get to meet me while at the event because I was so busy and everything. Please don't let that happen next year. Make it a point, even if you have to come up and interrupt me mid-conversation, make it a point to come up and introduce yourself to me. This event did have more people than the previous year's event. And so it was harder for me to like have the time to make like personal connections with everyone. And that was probably the only downside to having that many people that I could think of. But I would love to be able to meet each and every one of you in person. So definitely make that a point next year.
Okay, so I got a couple questions along the same line. Colleen and Gail both. When do we make our reservations, and is there a room block already?
There is a room block already. But I don't think we have. I mean, I don't have the link handy right now to give you. But I can make sure that when we get, I don't even think we have the Facebook group for that event set up yet. So we will share all of that information really soon. The only other thing you might could do is just call the Island Hotel directly. It's called the Island Resort or something. I think it's technically Fort Walton, not Destin.
Yeah.
But when you get on there, just tell them you're with Southern Adornments Live, and they should be able to book your room. Whoops, I just colored the wrong square.
See, I knew that detail.
You knew that detail?
I did. It is Fort Walton. Missy said, I know Michael was very busy at the event, but I do have a suggestion. Maybe Michael could do a little something with the men, maybe about staining or cutting the wood. I don't know, something.
She just wants her husband to learn how to cut the door hangers for her.
I'm happy to talk to anybody and everybody about staining. So
have like a little husband's workshop. How to best assist your wife in her crafting. Sounds good to me. There's a tiny little spot. I got over the line over here.
See, I'm going to answer the room block. Will there be a discount on the rooms next year like this year?
Yeah, so that was loud.
Right
There's
there.
A bird right outside the window, and it landed right near the window and chirped. Yes, our room block does have a discounted rate. So definitely make sure they book your room through our room block.
Oh, Cassie said my 10-year-old daughter wanted to attend too, but I wasn't sure if kids were allowed. She loves painting like Charlie. Yeah.
I have always said that when it comes to kids, you kind of know your kid best. I'm not ever going to say you can't bring your kid. You will need to buy a ticket for your kid, but you are the one who knows your kid best. And if your kid would actually be able to sit through all the crafts and not like be exhausted of it halfway through the day. You know what I mean? Like, so only you really know your kid well enough to know whether or not they can handle being there. But yes, kids are allowed. I think it's beautiful when a mother-daughter pair will come and craft together.
Charlie was so fun. She would stop and talk to my niece and I. She would even give us compliments on our project. She's a doll.
She loves to encourage people. I'm not doing a very good job at staying inside the lines with this. In the future, I probably should consider just laying down some painter's tape and doing it that way because the lines are on here. They're lasered on here. And so I could just line the painter's tape up with these little squares.
Donna was very impressed with the smoothness of the blocks.
You're just relishing in those comments, aren't you?
I am.
After all the crap I've given you over the last 2 months.
That I made you want to pull your hair out with those blocks.
He's been fired from making blocks. It's now going to be delegated to someone else for any future project. And he has agreed this probably isn't the job he should be doing because he's way too particular. And I mean, by the time he finishes those, we could have cut 10 wood blanks in the amount of time he sands one block.
But quality over quantity.
It's true. It's just not feasible time-wise.
Becca said, I need a roomie next year. Her husband's not going to be able to make it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to find somebody. There were lots of ladies who roomed with someone else that was coming this year. Matter of fact, you might could find somebody right here in the comments that who was it? Michelle a few minutes ago who said she can never find a friend to come with her. You and who was that just then? Becca?
Yep.
Could room together, and then you would have an instant friend to hang out with while you're there. So right now, you guys could private message each other and start kind of building your friendship before you even get there. That way, when you do get there, you'll feel like you already know each other. And it might be awkward at first because it's like, hi, I'm Becca. I'm from so-and-so. And you kind of have to get to know each other, right? But then throughout the year, you could send each other pictures of your projects. Say, what do you think? Just go back and forth and say, like, should I use polka dots on this if I don't want to do that, like talk to each other. And then by the time you get to the event, it's going to feel like, oh, I know this person because I've been talking to them all year. That's exactly how you should do it, in my opinion. If you're coming alone, you should make friends with somebody, find somebody to room with. Your whole experience will be better, honestly.
Brenda said Charlie did awesome on her project. She is a loving and caring person. She made me cry when she went to hug the lady who almost left because she was alone.
She's got such a compassionate heart. Yeah, some of our ladies were sharing stories and testimonials, and after they would get done speaking, Charlie would run over and give them a big hug. She just had to hug on them.
Yeah, I was proud of her.
It was so sweet.
Because nobody asked her to do it.
Yeah, she did it just because she wanted to. Okay, switching brushes to get this little diamond in the corner here.
Vicky said, I had a great time, even though it was virtual. It was absolutely amazing. All the wood was excellent quality. I
will say our virtual stream, I think, was the best quality this year that we've ever had. The AV guys at this facility did an amazing job. Oh, look, Heather's already volunteering to meet up with Becca. Awesome. Heather's a sweetheart. But anyway, the AV guys did awesome. They had an extra camera set up, which I didn't expect, that was out in the audience, and it was kind of like, well, no, I'm thinking of the one that was on the stage pointed out at the audience. That was really great because in the past we've only had one at the back of the room, so if you're seeing the whole room, you're seeing the backs of everybody's heads. But this one was great because you could see their faces as they were talking.
Virginia asked if the house was still standing because we left the boys at home. Yes, and actually on the way home, Travis even called us and was like, I'm cooking supper. When are y'all gonna be home?
Yeah, we came home and Travis was cooking dinner for us, and all the dishes were done. The laundry was done. I mean, I could not have been more proud of those boys. They did so good. They're going to make fantastic husbands one day. I'm training them up, ladies. Who has a single daughter that needs a really great boy in their life? Okay, what do I need to do next with this? I don't think I need another coat on this. I already have my checks on this. Do think this one needs another coat, and I think it needs a little more yellow. So I might mix a tiny bit of yellow in with I already have buttermilk there. The yellow I was thinking about using is this baby duck color. If you don't have that, it's very similar to banana cream. They're almost the same exact color. What are you laughing at over there?
Wanda said it's my husband's birthday weekend, and he loves the beach, so it was easy to get him to go to Destin.
Maybe you guys just need to tell me each year where we need to have this so your husbands will say yes. Is there a big hunting lodge we could host this at? The husbands would be all about it. Oh, Granny said she missed getting over there to check on the boys. Travis said you called him. He told me about that. And I thought, I bet Granny feels bad because she's not able to be over here checking on the kiddos. But they were great little young men. They did a great job keeping, they even made it to school and church on time, even without us being here.
Lynn said when she found out it was in Destin next year, she told her husband and he said, we're going.
I love that your husbands love Destin as much as I do. Although Michael loves Destin too.
Yeah.
He loves going there for our family vacations and stuff. I think this color is going to be perfect. See how it's a little more yellow? It's got a tiny bit of that baby duck yellow mixed with the buttermilk.
Linda had a good idea. If you're like, so anybody who's maybe worried about coming alone, she said if you're in the clubhouse, hop on the Zoom calls and meet other members. That's how Teresa Bellows, Clever, and I met. We sat with Sandy McWhorter in Destin and again this year.
See, that's the thing too, is some people who are more introverted or just nervous to come and room with a stranger, you want to feel like you know the person, right? You want to feel like they're not a total weirdo. And so if you meet them on Zoom first and kind of get to know them a little bit, that can really help kind of quell the nerves a bit before you come.
Angela asked, if we bought one of the Santa sleds from the 2023 SA Live, is there a way to watch the video from 2023?
Yeah, the 2023 videos should still be up in that Facebook group. So if you search if you search Facebook for SA Live Destin or something and find that Facebook group, the video should still be in there from last year. We haven't deleted that group yet. We probably will before too long though, because we'll be getting the Destin group for 2025 ready, and it's just easier to not have multiple groups that have similar names.
See, a couple of people suggested Branson.
Yes. And what is Hocking Hills, Ohio? Oh, is that just where you live, Wanda? I've been to Branson a couple times. That's definitely a guy spot. They love that place because it's really close to where the Bass Pro Shop is. Or not the Bass Pro Shop. The resort owned by the Bass Pro Shops.
That's where we're going to June. For that guy's golf trip.
For your guys' golf trip?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Well, I will consider it for 2026. I will have to start looking at locations probably around spring or summertime next year for where we'll have 2026 events. That way I can have that kind of locked down. Hocking Hills is beautiful. I got to Google that place. I've never heard of it. Hey, Dina, catching me live. Glad you're here. Okay. What's next? We need to paint our H green. We got to paint this pink. Let's do that pink part first. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush for that, though. Here's one that's a little smaller. It's about a 1/2 inch wide flat tip. And I did pick out a different color for this one. I picked out this melon color. It's more of a pinky coral.
Oh, someone suggested Niagara Falls, New York.
I have been to Niagara Falls. It is beautiful.
I don't know that I can say her name. Johnson, her last name Johnson, said Hocking Hills.
Melanie.
Melanie. Okay. Yeah, I'm horrible with names. Hocking Hills is a state park in Ohio, and it is like I'm looking at pictures of it. It's pretty.
You'll have to show me later.
Yeah, I will.
I thought of something a moment ago. We are also currently selling tickets to our Painters Clubhouse live cruise retreat. So if any of you guys want to go on a cruise with us in June, we can send you a link for more information about that as well. It's going to be June 23rd through the 28th, and we're cruising out of Galveston, Texas, and stopping in Cozumel and Costa Maya. So if you're thinking you might want to do both events, the cruise and SA Live in Destin, we do have a bundle option where you can bundle and save, and you save $100 off if you combine the tickets. So that's $50 you save on each ticket, which, by the way, I don't even think I mentioned at the beginning of this live, but if you're buying your ticket this week to Destin 2025, SA Live 2025. I'm like, it's not called Destin 2025. You're going to save $200 off the retail price of your ticket if you buy by Friday. So if you're thinking about it at all, don't wait longer than Friday, because after Friday, you'll only be able to save $100 off. So the price goes up by $100 after Friday.
Now, if they've already, nobody's asked this, but I'm just curious, if they've already bought their ticket to go to Destin, and they decide like, yeah,
and they want to add the cruise on,
will they stay with the break?
Yes, but I would email customer service to ensure that they can help you facilitate that. So yeah, if you've already bought your ticket to the cruise or to SA Live and you're like, hey, I wanted to bundle and save, email customer service and they can situate that for you.
Cindy said that she's excited about the cruise.
Yay! The cruise is going to be a lot of fun, y'all. It's a smaller group. There's only going to be no more than 75 of us. You can bring your families or your husbands. They won't need to buy the ticket through us. They would just need, if they're not going to craft, they would just need to buy the ticket through our travel agent to ensure you get our room block. And the room block closes in February. So definitely book your cruise ticket by February.
And we'll be painting on the at-sea days. So
yes,
they'll still be able to do the excursion stuff.
Exactly. Michael's got to figure out how to freight everything to a cruise port and get it on the ship.
Yep.
Not my problem.
And limited, and I've got to figure out how much is too much.
I mean, if you think about all the crap they have on those cruise ships, I would bet there's probably not like a limit. You think there is?
I bet there is.
Oh, okay.
I'll find out. I'll let you know.
Like a cargo limit, kind of like planes have cargo limits. Maybe
it's either going to be a pallet count limit or a weight limit.
I think our projects we're going to try to make like slightly smaller. Like we'll probably still do one door hanger, but definitely the other projects we'll probably try to make smaller and more packable in your suitcases, because I know a lot of you guys are going to have to fly to Galveston to be able to go on that cruise.
Now I think this might be an offline question, but I guess I'm just asking. We'll still do shipping though, right? Like if they choose to have it shipped.
I don't see how we will.
Well, I mean, as far as we could just do a mail pickup in Galveston.
I'll let you figure that out if that needs to be an option or not, because that's not something I feel like I'm equipped to answer. Okay, green is. I forgot a big red square right here.
Yeah, I'm jaw jacking. That's why.
Yeah, you distracted me.
Charity asked, what would be a good substitute for melon?
Melon, cactus flower, probably. Tea berry. Either one of those would probably be good. And I also saw a question from Lenore. She said, what style base frames are your pair eyewear glasses? They are Larkin frames.
Oh, I guess I missed that question.
That was on YouTube, so you can't see those.
Cassie wanted to know, what cruise line is it? It
is Royal Caribbean. And it's the Mariner of the Seas. That's the ship.
And Virginia said, where can we get the SA sweatshirts? I saw some wearing. I looked in your store and they didn't have any. They saw the ones that
currently, though, we didn't even think about selling those, because I guess I just didn't consider that you guys might want one, with our business name on them.
Oh, good.
We probably could get those up, but it might be a few weeks before we're able to get them on there. Our team is currently trying to get the Holly Dolly shirts set up and the professional binge crafter t-shirts set up. But for right now, those hoodies were only like available for our team and whatnot. We ordered those ourselves. And so we'll see about getting those put up if y'all would be interested in them.
Cindy said that the small projects at the event this year was amazing.
Oh, good. Hey, Marie. She made it. Marie was there to help with SA Live.
Yeah, we had a lot of great help.
We did. It was amazing. I mean, the fact that an 8-hour setup only took us 5.5 hours was proof.
What's Charity's last name? Or what?
McWhirter, Sandy and Charity McWhirter.
Oh,
they were there to help too.
Yeah, yep. Charity did she's
a little workhorse now.
She is.
She's only 15 and she was working as hard as the men.
This was her second year helping us, and she fell right in with me and JD. Of course, me and JD pick on her.
I think she loves to cut up with you guys.
Lori said, FYI, Branson Convention Center and Hilton Center is in the Branson Landing area. We love Branson. 4 hours from us.
Never heard of the Hilton Center. Yeah, for some of those that know about Branson, I might have to start asking location questions about, because I don't know much about Branson. I've been
I've
to
never
the,
been.
is it called the Big Bear Lodge or what is that place that the Bass Pro Shop people own?
It's been a minute since I've looked at that information.
I'm adding a little white to holly green to create the lighter shade of green that I need.
Angela said we need to get JD an apron for all his paint bottles. You know what? I will. He didn't want to
You
wear
know what might work well for that? Those aprons that hold eggs. You know, when
Yeah.
you go collect eggs from a chicken coop, because they have all those little slots.
That's true, yeah.
That might work well.
He did not want to wear the pink shirt. And I was like, JD, we got your pink shirt.
Suck it up, JD.
Like, we got your pink shirt. You got to wear it. He's like, all right, I'll wear it.
That's too funny. So this is the holly green mixed with white. I'm going to use this as the base color for my H.
Lori said big cedar.
Big cedar. Thank you. I couldn't remember. There is something called a Big Bear Lodge, but that's different.
And then Sandy McCord said that Charity loves helping with the booth and working with Sarah and Michael and JD and Lauren. Well, we love having her help. This was the second year she's helped out. And I mean, she works as hard as the men do. Her work ethic is...
You're raising her right, Sandy.
Yep. It is definitely good to see that kind of work ethic.
Yep. Oh, thank you, Cassie. She said, I know you've heard it tons, but your team at the live was simply amazing. Your mom is so sweet. I love talking with her. Yes, I just took my mama back to the airport in Nashville yesterday and dropped her off so she could fly back to Florida to spend about a week there with my dad and then they're going to drive home for Thanksgiving. So she was apologizing to me. I'm so sorry you're having to take me to the airport. I hate to put you out. And I said, Mom, it was worth it to have you there at the event. Quit apologizing.
Helen said, I noticed that Uncle Corey didn't wear pink. Well, Uncle Corey wanted to stand out a little bit, so we decided we'd get him red.
Yeah, we got him reds. And I wasn't sure that he would ever wear that shirt again if I got him a pink one. He loves to stand out, though. He got up there on the stage and painted alongside me during one of my crafts and had a blast.
And that wasn't planned. He asked you that.
Yeah, that was just off the cuff.
Yeah. This was his first event, and he was really impressed and just, I think at one point in time, he said he had to step outside because if he kept listening, he was going to start crying. Yeah,
2 or 3 times he said, y'all nearly got me to crying. I had to step out because I don't cry in front of people.
And I remember, what exactly was it that Kennedy said when you were asking her?
Oh, I asked Kennedy, my niece, because she works in our shipping room. I said, does this give you a new perspective on your job and what all you do? And she's like, oh, yeah, definitely. She said, it's not just shipping wood pieces. It's like, this means something to people. I think she could just see and feel the passion in the room for painting and crafting. She said, that's the way I feel about music. So it's really cool to see that people feel that way about painting.
Valerie said, I truly enjoyed my first SA Live in the Smokies. You guys create such an atmosphere of happiness.
Aww.
And Charlie is such a charm.
Thank you.
And then what color, Lori wanted to know, what color is that middle?
This
H,
green one?
The middle H. Yeah.
Oh, it's a mixture of holly green and white. So I needed 2 shades of green. So I took my holly green and I lightened it up, and that's what this is.
Yeah, I apologize. I keep getting you off topic.
It's okay. We don't have to only talk about what I'm painting. We can talk about all kinds of stuff.
So is Big Cedar Lodge the one that is the golf place?
I think yes, it is. And it's the one that's owned by the Bass Pro Shop. You guys have got him excited now. He thinks 2026 needs to be in Branson.
I mean, if we had it there at the lodge, I mean, the husbands would have something to do.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I don't know if I'd be able to help out.
I was going to say, how would you be able to work?
Hey,
you'd be like, you've got enough help, honey. I think I can go do 18 holes.
I'll tell you, me and Corey at one point on Saturday, because it was really beautiful out Saturday. And of course, they got that golf course out there. And we had checked into playing, but, to rent the golf clubs, it was going to be expensive.
Yeah.
And Corey looked at me. He's like, man, and he looked out at the golf course. He's like, it looks nice out. And I said, yeah, I said, I think they might be able to rent us like a putter and like 2 or 3 clubs, and man, we could just play that hole over and over.
You can make do, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a beautiful golf course there at the Wilderness at the Smokies, and we drove past it several times. And I know Corey was thinking, "Oh, if I could just get out there."
Mary said, Tim said, sign him up if golf's involved. Oh, and Donna said that her husband would play golf with me. Dude, we could just get like a whole little golf scramble going.
I don't know that our business is at the level yet to plan a golf scramble and a crafting event all
No,
in one.
I don't think so. I don't think
That
so.
sounds high level. That sounds like a lot. That's like 2 events in one. Okay, there's the green. Now I'm going to go back to my holly green, which is the darker green. And that's going to be some of these other squares on our disco ball.
Corey posted on Facebook about how much he enjoyed it and had everybody post pictures of all his pictures with them.
Mm-hmm. He just kept saying over and over again on the way home, Tamara, that's really cool. It's really awesome what you do. Like, I think he had, like, it really helped him get perspective on my business because he just didn't quite understand before. I said, so next time you pop in on a Facebook Live to crash the live, I said, it's going to feel different, isn't it? And he's like, yeah.
You know, and I had forgotten the whole reason he even got in on one of your lives was because he was sitting
out of a joke or a dare.
Well, he was sitting in there one night and he said something about, I should go in there, crash your live. And I said, do it. And he goes, I don't know. And I said, no balls. And
that's a guy thing for sure.
It's a guy thing. So, but yeah, so he's like, well, I'm going to go do it.
That's their way of daring each other.
Yeah, we're still teenagers.
Little boys at heart.
But yeah, I think somebody come up to him like on the first day and was like, well, it's about time we got Uncle Corey here.
This one definitely takes some patience to paint. I feel like it's a lot of squares, a lot of staying in the lines. The good thing about this disco ball, though, is that, like, after you get all the little squares painted, we're going to go back with white lines and add the lines around it for the disco, like to separate the squares a little bit. So I feel like you don't have to be super precise.
Pam said her husband would play golf.
Oh, Risa said they absolutely love Uncle Corey. I missed another red one right here. How am I missing these?
Because I'm distracting you.
I know.
You're welcome.
I looked and looked at the picture before I put the red away, and I never did find them all.
Laura said, a little late, but hey, everyone.
Hey, Laura. Marina votes for Branson because it's only 4 hours away. If you're just now tuning in, we're talking about SA Live, and everybody's giving suggestions about where to have it in 2026 because 2025 is in Destin. We've already locked that down, so don't get confused by all the Branson talk. We're going to have it in Destin, Florida, October 3rd and 4th. Tickets are currently $200 off if you pay in full, $100 off if you do the payment plan. And you can go ahead and grab your tickets now at the link in the video description. So don't wait. That price changes after Friday.
And you can link the cruise.
Yes. And if you want to go on the cruise with us in June, we have a cruise option as well. And you'll have to email customer service if you want more information about that, because currently I don't have like a page to send you to. I have a product in Shopify with the information, but we'll be leaving out of Galveston, Texas and cruising to Mexico in the last week of June. And there is a bundle option. If you want to do both events, you can save $100.
Cassie said it's like, oh, she deleted it. She says it was like making a list, in the store and then walking out and still forgetting what without what you got or whatnot. And she said that's like doing the dots or the squares. I laugh because I do that all the time. I'll go into Walmart or something for 2 items and I'll come out with 5. But only one of them is, I still missed one somehow or forgot about one.
Yep. That's why I do Walmart delivery or Walmart pickup, is I can sit there while I have all my thoughts gathered, put all the things on the list, and then I don't even have to go in and get distracted in the store and forget what I came in for.
So See, Angela said New Orleans. And then we got a Branson. Now, Cheryl said, I vote Destin every year.
Just bring me to the beach so I have an excuse to go to the beach every year.
And then Helen said, sorry I couldn't be there, but I did enjoy the virtual. You guys did a great job. And Terry asked, is it for members only?
No. So the Painters Clubhouse Live Cruise was intended to be for members only, but we didn't sell out when we first released it to our members. So now we have it open to the public. If anybody would like to join us, you don't have to be a member. But you probably will want to be a member after you hang out with us because it's a lot of fun painting with us every month.
I think we did something a little similar whenever we had it here.
Yeah, when we had it here in Kentucky, we opened it to Clubhouse members first and only. And then after about a month or so, we opened it up publicly. And we sold several more to people who were not Clubhouse members, and which is kind of fun because after they came and painted with us live in Kentucky, then they ended up joining the Clubhouse. A lot of them did.
Yeah, there was, and I cannot think of her name. I think she's tall, black hair, short black hair, glasses, really great smile. I can't think of her name, but Murray was her first event, I believe.
Was she local already?
I don't know.
Because Stacy Lawrence is from Bowes, Kentucky. She's local, and she came to PC Live, and I think that might have been her first event.
But she was there, but she was in the Smokies.
Well, and Carrie Mahan was not a Painters Clubhouse member before April, and she ended up coming with a friend, I think, or something. And after that, she ended up signing up and getting a ticket to this year's event in the Smokies. She joined the Clubhouse. She's like, I'm all in on all the things. Felicia, I know you've been an OG for years. She was a Clubhouse member way, way back. She said, I know the members have changed so much over the years. I wish I could get some of us OGs back for Destin. Felicia, we still have some OGs. Tamara Gregory, Roxana Griffin, Candace Tiller, Marie Mosley. Some of those ladies have been with me for like 6 years or more, and several of those were at this year's event. So reach out to some of them if you know them.
Sandy said, I live near the coast, so the coast is always my first pick. However, my parents moved to Tennessee in 2007, and I'm beginning to enjoy the mountains too. So I could live with swapping back and forth between beach and Smokies.
That was kind of my initial thought. I'm like, well, if the Smokies goes really well, maybe we could just swap Smokies and Destin each year. And the thought behind that is that planning these events is hard enough without changing the location and venue every year, because the location and venue changes the variables, right? Where you set up your vendor booth changes, how much food and beverage costs changes, like things change at every food and beverage is a big kicker. We have turned down a lot of venues because of how much it costs to feed people and stuff like that. And this year's location didn't require us to feed people. So we gave people a 2-hour lunch break, which turned out to be kind of cool because it gave people a chance to get out of the conference room and kind of like go eat lunch together and take a breather and then come back feeling refreshed. Now, food will be included for lunch and stuff at the event in Destin because that convention center does require us to provide food and beverage. But it's just part of it, right? So other things are more affordable, but the food's expensive. And so you just kind of have to balance it all out and be like, I don't care if we spend a lot on the food because we saved on AV or something like that. And so it does get hard changing up the venue and the location every year. So that was one reason why we just went back to Destin this year is because we already knew all the answers to the questions
and
about
it was
that
a great place. I mean, people seem to have a lot of fun, and the hotel was really good. And
I'm not saying we won't try Branson. That's a possibility. I still haven't paid all the bills from this year's event in the Smokies. So once we do all the numbers and look at everything, we may decide, hey, this was great, but let's try something else. Who really knows? To answer Helen's question, she said, will you ever do one in Kentucky again? I'm only 2 hours away.
Few people commented on that.
Helen, this year we're not doing one in Kentucky. I mean, 2025, when I say this year, I'm already living in next year. We probably won't do one in Kentucky in 2025, but I'm not going to say we won't do one in like 2026 because we're doing the cruise this year. And so that kind of takes the place of the event that we did in Kentucky this year in 2024. So I would imagine we're probably not going to do the cruise thing every year. Maybe we do it every 3 years. Who really knows? But that would open us up to be able to do like a smaller event in Kentucky.
Well, and I think both me and you were really nervous about Kentucky. you know, about because Murray's our home, and so you're inviting people into your home, and it's like, you know,
And it's in the
home
middle
for
of the
us.
cornfields. It's in the middle of
Yes.
nowhere.
You know, it's home for us, but it's like, is everybody going to have a good time? Are they going to enjoy it? There's, you know, not a whole lot to do, not a major interstate, you know. But everybody seemed to have a good time. I really enjoyed talking with all the ladies and their husbands at the shop, you know, and just I'd answer any questions I could. And
we will definitely do another event like that in the future. I just can't say how soon and when it'll be, because it is still a lot of work, even when it's in our hometown. The guys have to get the shop cleaned up. We have to set up a vendor booth. You know, all of that is a lot of work, but that was so fun and rewarding. I definitely would love to do that again.
And Wanda said, and we haven't, because Wanda actually pulled it up on my phone. Hocking Hills. Don't forget about Hocking Hills. They have a huge lodge, and it is beautiful there.
Okay.
I'll show you some of the pictures.
I'll check it out.
It is pretty.
Putting another coat on the holly green down here.
Oh, Uncle, speak of the devil. Uncle Corey's watching now. So we got to stop talking about him.
We talked about you for a little bit there, Corey. All the ladies were saying how nice it was to meet you. Okay. So, I just realized I missed a couple of green squares too.
Yeah. I was wondering.
There was like some up here, right?
And right there.
Right here.
Well,
this one's green.
What about down there?
Well, hold on. One at a time.
Okay.
Don't rush me. Okay, that one's green. And then I believe this one's green. I had to switch brushes. That's why it never did happen. Okay.
So Pam said a good time can always be had if you're with the right people, and the PC family will always be the right people.
Amen to that. The location is just the icing on the cake.
I agree. That one right there.
This one.
Either one of those. There's two grays next to each other.
It's like squirrel moment here. I keep getting distracted and missing sections.
You know, and it really is, you know, to go back to what Pam said, and I think I probably told it no time how many times, but, you know, I remember in Nashville, the first event, and seeing the ladies talk and being in the military, having been in the military and stuff, and you look for camaraderie in the civilian world, and, you know, you have a hard time finding it. And I remember when in Nashville, there was a moment that I just stopped running wherever I was running, and just took it all in. And it was like, there it is. There's the camaraderie. And I think what made it weird is because the people a lot of the ladies had never even met in person.
Mm-hmm. But they instantly bonded with one another.
Yeah. And I mean, it's something that, like, I was glad your dad came last year, because you got to experience it. You know,
well, he's never really understood my business anyway. My dad hasn't. He's always been super supportive, but he's like, I just don't get it. Like, people are paying you each month to learn how to paint. And I'm like, yeah, Dad. He doesn't get it. Okay, I'm going to hang on. Let me explain what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to do leopard print here comes the cat. I'm fixing to do leopard print inside the H. And some of these leopard prints are going to be in the shape of a Christmas tree, loosely. And I lightened my green again. So I've still got my original holly green, and then I've got my holly green that I mixed with white. I added more white. So it's going to be lighter than this one that I added white to. So let's make like a Christmas tree shape here. And this will kind of be hidden amongst our leopard print. And I'm just freehanding this. So just make little triangles to make your tree like that. We'll do another one down here, kind of going half on and half off.
Right. There you go.
That's our OG kitty, Shadow. She has been very needy lately. Have you noticed? She's like really wants loving more than usual.
Well, she just come in and she was outside for like a week and a half.
And then I'm going to also sprinkle in some random leopard spots that are just a little blobs.
Don't.
Oh, do not get up here, Missy. See, I told you she's being needy. She's wanting to jump. Bring her around here and let people see her. She is a beautiful cat. This is Shadow.
Never would have thought we had an inside cat before we got this one.
COVID kitty. We got her back in 2020 as a kitten, and she was supposed to go outside after a little while, after she got bigger, and she never did. So now we have inside cats, and that was never intended to be the situation. Okay, let's do another tree over here, but maybe make it turned the other way. Oh, sorry. Forgot y'all can't do what I'm doing here. Lauren's excited to paint this one. Well, you should be, Lauren. Lauren designed this one, y'all. Didn't she do great? She's awesome.
Angela said, I can't find the SA Live group from Destin. Can you link it? I think she may mean the old one. It was she.
Oh, you should be able to like search in the group here or like search in the Facebook. Use the search bar. Did you try that? We'll put another one up here, but maybe make it go like hanging off the edge, like pointing this direction so that it looks like it's kind of going off. And I'm just using a round tip brush to do this. Nothing fancy. It's going to look blobby anyway. It's leopard print.
Okay.
There we go. Boom. Oh, hang on. We need one more over here, I feel like. And maybe one more right here. Okay, we're going to go back and add a darker green to it. But give me a second. Corey says, I'll design a door hanger. I know what it'll look like.
UK's not allowed.
We can't do UK Wildcats, Corey. That's licensed.
Mount Magazine. I'm right down these. I was clicking on these places. Albert said, Michael, check out Shawnee Lodge. And then Debbie said, Mount Magazine.
Isn't she a pretty cat? It's so fun to watch Simba, our kitten. Well, he's bigger than she is now, but he was born in March. So he's still like in the kitten phase. It's so fun to watch him aggravate the crap out of her because she's like an old lady compared to him. She's nearly 5 years old at this point. And she's like, get away from me. And he's like, ah. They're so fun to watch together. Thank you, Melissa. I've got the earrings. I got the pair I wear toppers and then the Christmas tree cake shirt.
Lauren, Lauren, they're looking for the Destin group of 2023. Yeah.
I'm going to switch brushes here. I'm going to get a filbert tip brush and the darker green and go around the edges and just kind of blob this on to kind of make it look like leopard print.
Okay, Corey, you can't do Colts either.
Nothing licensed, Corey.
He said, because Corey replied and said, it won't be UK. And I'm like, okay, we can't do Colts. But yeah, Sandy, I bet you Corey's door hanger design, the main color would probably be blue.
Probably would.
Melissa said she loves your shirt and glasses.
Thank you.
Angela asked, do we still have a puppy? Yes, we still have a puppy, and we have to make sure that we limit what he has access to or it will get chewed up.
Did y'all see the video I shared where Amazon dropped off a package while we were gone and literally just dropped it outside their vehicle and the dog got a hold of it? That was a great day. He drug it out in the front yard and chewed half of it up.
Oh, Cindy said, I love seeing Lauren's growth and following her journey.
Mm-hmm.
She's done an amazing job and everyone loves her. Yeah, she has.
She's grown a lot as an artist and a crafter and all the things. There we go. Y'all couldn't really see it because of the glare, so I was tilting it so y'all could see it a little better. Okay, we got to do flowers on this one up here. So let me show you what the vision is for these. They look like that. So I have this is my strategy. I thought to make this easy, I'm gonna use a sponge pouncer to do my flowers, and then I'll have another sponge pouncer to do the centers. So I know a lot of you guys struggle with freehanding flowers. So we're going to do these they're going to be 5 petals. 1, 2, 3. So 3 of them will kind of be in like a triangle shape. And then we'll have 4, 5. That doesn't look very good. Let's extend that back out. Let's pull them out a little bit further. So you can kind of keep building it out if you feel like it's not really making a petal or a flower shape. Because like I almost got those too close together. What are you laughing at?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm laughing about here in a second. But Lauren, there was somebody that was looking for the video for the Santa sled in 2023 SA Live Destin. That's what they were looking for. Somebody had also asked, was what I lost it was in regards to the hotel in Destin. Oh, which hotel in Destin is the Destin Live held at?
The Island.
What I was laughing at was Renee Warner said bomb sniffing dog. And then Someone replied and said, more like snack sniffing dog.
Yeah. But do you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of making like they're not perfect by any means, but I'm kind of making like a flower shape with my sponge pouncer. And if it looks wonky, I'm like pulling the polka dots out further. And so some of them kind of half on and half off. So feel free to make them a little messy. And then we're going to dry them. And then we'll do a dot in the middle with this color.
Mary said the leopard spots looking like trees is so clever.
That's Lauren's idea, y'all. She designed this one. It was her.
And then Felicia said, I saw Lauren about a month ago in Glendale, and she made me have FOMO for missing the event.
She told me she ran into somebody, but she didn't tell me it was Felicia. That's wild. Hey, can I have your charger? My laptop's about to die.
Huh?
The charger that's plugged into the iPad. Will you put it into the laptop now?
Yeah.
It's showing me my battery's low. Felicia, I didn't even realize that was you. That's awesome. Yeah, she told me she ran into somebody, but I never did hear the name. Okay, now we're doing some little stripes around the edge of this peace sign in the primary red, the original red. Let's see, I gotta like look at my picture here. It splits right here and then kind of goes down. So I'm gonna make the stripes kind of go down the edge of the peace sign. This is
Becca wanted to know, is there a video for the ornament you used the liquid glass on?
no, I just painted that one while watching Netflix one day. I did not record the tutorial. So sorry.
We could probably cut one for you.
Let's see. Where?
Corey said deuces.
I'm gonna do another one right here. Bye, Corey. He's probably headed to work. I do have tutorials, however, for the ornament kits. If any of you guys haven't gotten those yet, they're still available. Shopdoorhangers.com. We made like a blue million of them, so we've got several left.
We do know, and we should know maybe by today or tomorrow how many of the 2023s we have left.
Yeah. This is really tricky to do stripes around. I'm like struggling with the stripe placement here.
Tell them what to do.
Maybe I'll make this one a little wider.
Andrew said, what is the name for the group? What is the name for the group? I can't find it in search. See, Lauren searched it a second ago.
I don't recall. I know it's got Destin in the name, but that's all I know. It's either Southern Dormants Live or SA Live. And it's probably got 2023 in the name as well. But you had to have been a member of that group originally to have access to it.
I think she said she had win it.
Oh, okay.
Lauren said earlier in the comment that I can search it and find it, but it won't let me link it. But she didn't say what exactly she had searched, which Lauren probably knows exactly. Renee said, I'm waiting to order 2024 to see if there's any 2023 kits. I know there are. I'm not sure how many.
Okay, there's our stripes. That looks better like from a glance than it does up close. Okay, and then this needs to be painted black, and this is gold. We need to add our white outlines here. We're getting close to the finish line. This is definitely a marathon one of a project that's like a lot of detail, so it takes longer to paint, but it's rewarding. Okay, I'm getting the melon color on the end of my little sponge pouncer, and I'm just going to put a dot in the center of each of these flowers.
Cindy said she would love to have another interchange house door hanger we did at the event if you cut any more. I think we actually...
I know we have extras of that one on accident.
Yeah. So, because I was my understanding that we had sold out, and then we found like a box and a half.
Yeah, while we were packing up, we found a whole box of them. We were like, whoops, here they are.
So those will be, we will have some of those for sale.
Renee said all about that free shipping. Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, for anybody who did attend the event and, you know, was told that we sold out of the houses, I apologize. That's on me.
It's your fault.
Boxes get get flying around and stuff like that, and it got covered up with some empty boxes, and yeah, that's my bad.
Well, and that's also all goes back to the fact that we only had 4.5 hours to set up. If we had had more time, I think we would have been a little more organized with a lot of our things. But thankfully, the rest of the event went off without a hitch, and nobody really even realized that that was an issue.
But really, I think the fact that it went off as well as it did, considering that, because you're right, was because of the team. You know, the team leading up to it, and the guys and ladies working in the shop, and then at the event itself.
Well, I think you deserve a lot of credit for all of the how organized everything was on the pallets, so that when the freight did arrive, setting it up became like pretty streamlined because we knew exactly what everything was and where it went. And there was less like, hey, do you know where I put this? Like, it was on the box. They knew where it goes. Lauren's got plans for the house door hanger. Now you got me curious what your plans are, Lauren. Baiting me.
I'm going to take credit for Brenda's comment. Brenda said that honestly, this is the slowest I've ever seen Tamara paint. I'm going to take that thank you.
He's distracted me. It's all his fault.
Lori said, I bought the second house and forgot to buy the door hangers to it. I think we've got more of those.
Pam Keeler said, I need the snowman that we did with the resin. My husband requested I do those for gifts for his coworkers. Pam, that one we have available in our shop. It's called the snowman ornament. It's not one that we like specially designed just for SA Live. So if you go over there, buy it in the 8-inch size if you want the same size you made at SA Live, or you could get it in 6 if you want smaller ones for gifts. So order those. You can also get a bulk discount. So make sure like that you take advantage of that. And then we are not selling the resin packets. However, you can buy resin in bottle form at like Hobby Lobby or on Amazon, and you could just mix up the amount you need for your ornaments. If you're doing 8-inch ornaments, Miss Cindy said you need 1/4 of an ounce of resin or 15 milliliters of resin per ornament. Hopefully that's helpful.
I think you even probably get one of those little droppers, syringes. So yeah, I think that answers Helen's question in regards to what about. No, that doesn't. Never mind.
What's her question?
That was the ornament. She asked about the girly snowman.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we have any extras of that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll have to. We were whenever we were packing up, we had a time limit to get out before we would be charged. So we were
throwing it in boxes and taping it up and throwing it on a pallet. And we barely got out on time.
So yeah, but like I said, today or tomorrow we should have answers. You know, I'll have answers for Tamara and her team so that they can get stuff updated.
Okay, hang on. What is all over my hands? I need to put another coat on this green here where I missed a spot, and then I think I can add my finishing touches. What are you giggling about over there? Chuckling about?
Mary said that she went to sleep thinking about what she was going to do to her door hanger.
Don't we all fall asleep dreaming about door hangers?
Sometimes, yes.
But not in the same way that I do.
Yeah, that's true.
Guaranteed. Okay. I'm looking around. I don't think I forgot. Oh, I see a spot I need to touch up here. It never ends, all the touch-ups.
Oh, Rita said everything was perfect. Y'all are amazing. It was not a class. It was an experience I will never forget. Thank all of you for the wonderful experience.
That is so true. It's not just a class you're taking or a workshop you're taking. It's a full-blown experience. And I don't know if y'all saw the post that Heidi Easley made on her Texas Art and Soul page. Let me just go find it and read it for you while we wait for this to dry, because I thought it was the most beautiful way to explain what these events are.
And while you're looking for that, Lori Peterson had said, how do I search for the door hangers for the house for those attachments? Those bundles probably haven't been added to the shop yet. So once I get the numbers to Tamara and her team, then that'll be appearing online.
This is Heidi's post for any of y'all who want to go find it. It's on my page and on the Texas Art and Soul page. But listen to what she wrote. It's not just a paint party. It's glitter, bows, brushes, and paint. It's laughter and joy captured in a small piece of art. It's time spent with friends and family, sharing moments and creating memories. For a few hours, the worries of the world fade away. Each brushstroke brings comfort. Each color brings hope, reminding us that tomorrow can be brighter than today. This is like a poem. I feel like it needs to be on the wall here in my craft room. At first, a paint party might seem like it's just about painting and maybe a little fun, but it's so much more than that. It's healing as art gives our hearts a little room to breathe. It's laughter as we enjoy the simple joy of creating. It's problem solving as we figure out how to mix just the right shade. It's pride as we see what we've made. It's accomplishment with every brushstroke bringing us closer to something beautiful. It's confidence growing stronger with every new attempt. So the next time you see a paint party nearby, don't hesitate. Sign up, show up, and let the experience surprise you, because it's not just a paint party. It never has been, and it never will be. Here's to the artists and crafters who bring light into the world. Here's to the ones who need a break to relax and recharge. And here's to the hosts who work hard to make every paint party special. Keep creating, keep inspiring. Let's make the world a little more colorful. And then she put like, thank you to Southern Adornments, Decor, and all that. It was just like the perfect wrap up words that like described the whole experience. Because like Michael said, it's not just a craft. It's not just a class. It's an experience being at a paint party. Donna said, I need that on my craft room wall. It's posted over on my page and on Heidi's. You can go copy and paste it. But yeah, I feel like I need it blown up in a poster board size on the wall in my craft room, because it reminds me that it's not just about the paint. It's not just about the craft. It's about what this does for people. And it reminds me that like my job's important too.
I think that's what Kennedy saw.
Yeah, and Corey saw it too. Corey was like, this is amazing what you do. And I'm like, yeah, it gives people a whole new perspective on like Tamara teaches painting, but it's so much more than that.
Virginia asked if we were going to do another event at the shop. And we will, possibly 2026. I don't know. But yeah,
I would do one sooner if I thought the guys in the shop wouldn't kill me.
I mean,
it's a lot of work.
Well, and it's, you got to get the shop cleaned up. And so you got to stop.
You have to stop production and
so it just depends if we're caught up.
And it feels like we're always behind, Risa said that makes me cry happy tears. Cindy is so right. Oh, it was actually Heidi that said it, but yeah.
Let's see, Pam said, thank you. I haven't resin my essay live project, so it's just waiting. And then
this cleans up these paint lines so well, because I got out of the lines right there pretty bad, but once I put this white line down, it's gonna be good as new.
And then Brenda said, I did yesterday. I worked on my snow girl until 6 a.m. I changed her colors 3 times. There was one lady that she painted her. I remember she painted her scarf auburn colors. Mm-hmm. And the ladies next to her were
I saw her too.
See, Dixie, she said the event was great, but it made it known that I am 100% a slow painter, which I already knew, and a speed crafter I am not, but I still enjoyed it. Dixie, that's okay. Tamara's just really, really fast. Tamara and Heidi.
Well, I found somebody at this event who's faster than I am.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I was up there teaching, she would run up and go, okay, I'm ready to show mine to everybody. And she would hold it like this under the camera so you could see what she had painted. And that girl, it's because she doesn't doubt. And she's not teaching, so she just like breezes through it. But yeah, she paints faster than I do, and she's 9 years old. Yeah, Charlie's faster than I am, but I think it's because she's not putting second coats on anything. And that'll come with time. She'll learn that's going to make it overall look better. Her color choices are still a little questionable in my opinion, but she thinks they look incredible.
I don't know who had the cutout, because it wasn't us, but who had the cutouts of the little miniature Yetis?
Yes, I forgot her name, but on the front row, somebody had a laser and they had cut out the little like Bigfoot creatures. It's in the kitchen.
Yep,
And Charlie had a couple of them, and I swear she incorporated them on every craft that she made. She glued a little one on.
Oh, but it worked.
It did work, especially for the
this
one that had the trees. So this is one of Charlie's crafts. I taught this one. She didn't even paint the base. See, she's so fast. And this definitely doesn't have 2 coats of paint on it. But look, on this side, she incorporated a little bitty Bigfoot on top of her trees.
And I thought, man, that works.
But I did love the polka dots she did on the background of this one. And that was totally her idea. I distressed mine, and I actually like hers better than mine. I'm a proud mama. Okay, my disco ball's looking close to done. Where's my phone? I need a picture of the sample so I get the colors right. Okay, it doesn't have white around the edges. I think everything now just has like a little bit of a black paint pen outline to kind of tie it up. So I'm going to do one more coat on my white stripes on my disco ball here. Make sure everything's dry so I'm not running my hand through it. And then I'll go back with a fine tip paint pen and add lines to kind of tie everything up.
I'm commenting for you.
Are you typing comments?
Yeah, I was just answering somebody's.
Becca had fun with Charlie. Marie, you were so smart to bring the games and the like little beads and things because we all got there Thursday morning to set up at 8:30 a.m. and we were ready to go, and then all of a sudden we found out our freight's not here, we can't set up yet, and Marie pulled out some like little bead crafts, and Charlie and Becca sat down together and made friendship bracelets, and that kept them entertained until nearly lunchtime. And so that was so smart of you, and Charlie was so proud of those little bracelets.
Helen said, you're the reason I joined 4 years ago, and when I'm having a bad day, all I have to do is watch one of your lives and I feel better. Thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you, Helen. I heard that from so many ladies this week at the event. I mean, it's amazing how I'm a very positive person. I don't dwell on the negative. I don't like negativity. And so it's so cool to hear that just me being me is enough to help somebody through their day, even if it's not about the painting. That was really cool to hear. So I appreciate you saying that.
I'm going to say yes to Lori, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it out loud. Okay. Is there a white line on top of the horizontal?
Is there? Oh, is she talking about this one that I missed? I just realized I missed it.
I think so.
There's supposed to be. I realized it when I was doing my second coats. And I missed it.
Yeah, and Lynn noticed it as well. She said, does the top row need a white line?
You guys have eagle eyes. Cindy said Tamara's voice is a familiar one in my household. Some of your husbands were like, hi, nice to meet you. I recognize your voice. And I said, I'm sorry. And they're like, no, it's fine. It was funny. Okay, I need a fine tip black paint pen. Michael, you may have to grab one for me over there because I don't have a... It might be the box with the green flap. Does that one say fine tip or medium tip on it?
It says fine tip.
Okay, I need the black one, please.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. The caps have colors on them.
They do.
Hand it here.
Okay, I'll hand it there.
Is it missing?
I'll hand it there.
Dadgummit, where is it?
That's why I was looking. I was looking to make sure.
Charlie might have taken it to her room because it's not in my little circular thing here either.
Cool.
Okay, well, hand me the smaller green box because I think it has dual tip markers and I can use one of those.
Okay, put these markers back in.
He's making a mess.
What? I'm helping you out.
This is so cute. And I got a little bit of white on here on accident. See the little splatters? I'm not going to worry about it.
Talking about this one?
No, the one right beside that one.
Okay.
It's got silver and
you
green.
Said green.
I said the smaller green one. Somebody hit the replay. Is that what I said?
I'm gonna say no.
Charity said we were at Dollywood and my husband recognized your voice as you were walking by. Oh, Felicia, it is hard to squeeze in these events during the fourth quarter. We feel it even as a business ourselves because we came home and we're like, crap, we got to jump straight into holiday promotions.
Well, and
and ornament sales. Yes.
We started cutting a big box of lights today.
Cassie said, my husband's home today, walked through and heard the live and instantly knew who it was. He said, you're watching Tamara again. He's probably like, you didn't get enough of her over the weekend. Oh, that's funny. Unlock. My phone doesn't recognize me with glasses on because I don't wear them all the time. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is the fine tip end of this dual paint pen, and I'm going to put a line going. Okay, I lied. We're not going to use the fine tip. I just realized that's not going to hardly show up. I'm going to use the chisel tip on this one, but I'm only going to use the very tip of the chisel. And that's still probably a little thicker than I would have picked, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, now go around the edge of the flower. If you're doing this and you're like, oh, that turned out horrible, get your baby wipe out while the Posca pen line is still wet and wipe it off.
Oh, I need to. That can be one of your Friday five items.
What are you talking about?
So some of the ladies come up to me I went up to some of the ladies, they were trying to clean out their cups, once the event was over with. And I use those wipes. I was like, here, let me use these.
Oh, like an oops wipe?
Yeah. And it was able to get the paint out of the cup. Like it was.
That's cool.
I was like, now you probably want to wash this, but I wouldn't drink water out of it straight away. but it got all the paint out.
So this one is supposed to look a little bit like a letter that's got like a little bit of a shadow to it. So you kind of have to go down both sides of that. Like that.
Mary said, this is cute. Is it available as an individual door hanger?
Yes, you can purchase this one at the link that's up in the video description. It's on our website.
Denise said, talking about hearing your voice, my husband bought me iPods so I could watch your videos without him hearing your voice all the time.
Oh, good for him. I'm happy to know that I'm not annoying the husbands unnecessarily. It's probably similar to the way I feel sometimes when you've had the news on too much.
Oh, yeah.
Because he loves watching the news. And I'm like, sometimes I've just had too much of it.
Yeah, I think.
Especially when they get to like ranting on the same thing all the time. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Donna, she was one of them that I helped out. So I thank you with helping me out with my paint.
I got to turn this around.
She was one of the ones that I'd helped paint out.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think 2016, you were ready to kill me.
Yeah, that was rough.
Because I would go to sleep with the news on, and
back when it was Donald Trump and Hillary running against each other.
And you would wake up, you got to learn to turn the TV off. I'm dreaming about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
At 2 a.m., I was dreaming about Trump and Hillary, and I'm like, I have had enough. Like when it starts coming into my dreams and interrupting my peace, I can't take any more. Okay, that's definitely not a very good outline job, but I think overall it's going to be okay. And you know what we forgot to add? Glitter. This is a disco ball. It's got to have glitter. So let's add some glitter. I'm going to use the Craft Winkles. By the way, huge shout out to Decor. They donated a bottle of this Decor Craft Winkles for every participant at Southern Adornments Live. So bravo to them. Thank you.
You did that small little event up there one time and did the tour.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Do that.
I forgot you've never been. Yeah, we did a tour of the Decor Factory twice now.
Kentucky.
Yeah, we'll have to plan another one of those. We talked about maybe in the springtime putting something like that together. We were going to try to do it this fall, and we just ran out of time. I'm just going to put this on the gray areas of the disco ball.
Mary said that Becca came home and told all of her friends she met a YouTuber.
Go tell my kids that I'm a cool YouTuber. They don't believe me. They're like, yeah, Mom, that's not the same thing. I'm like, I've got like 20,000 followers on YouTube, and I'm trying to have some street cred with them, and they just doesn't count, Mom. Well, they think that's impressive. They think 20,000 is a lot, but they don't think that makes me a YouTuber. I'm like, whatever.
Darlene said, hey guys, late to the party. I had to have a nap.
I might put a little on this red one right here in the middle because I feel like it needs some sparkle right in the middle. How do we think? Do we need more glitter? Should we glitter the whole disco ball?
Yeah, glitter it all.
Just glitter it all?
Glitter it all. Because you did the tilt, and I'm like, I don't see enough sparkle.
I'll wet my brush here. I have to be careful, though, because I've already put paint pen on here. And sometimes if you do like a back and forth motion on a paint pen, it can reactivate that paint, and then you'll be like, oh, what did I do?
Virginia said, I loved the glitter paint. She told you that at the live.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best she's ever used.
Yes.
Most glitter paints don't spread on this well.
Yeah, I remembered her pulling me aside at the event and telling me that. She said she hadn't found one that did as well as this. And I said, oh, yeah, I love this one.
And Lauren said, wink, wink, I'll let you know when my spring break is. I love the Decor Art Factory.
Okay, y'all. I think I'm done for now on this. I could just keep playing and chatting with you guys all day, but we got to go unpack palettes.
So Tamara said, when are we going to see Michael up on stage with you? Like keeping her company? Because painting, I don't think there's enough time at the event for me to get through one project.
Yeah, and if it's to talk and get and be on the microphone, I don't think there's enough time for that either.
Well,
he's long-winded.
It would take a minute for me to get.
He'd start telling you all the stories about me, about the curly fry story from when I was pregnant. I don't know, all the stories. He has so many stories. All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up so we can go unpack the palettes and see what we have left. If you want to join us next year at Southern Adornments Live in Destin, Florida, it's happening October 3rd and 4th. Hang on. Hold your question, please. He's raising his hand. Tickets are on sale right now. You can save up to $200 on your pay in full price or $100 on your payment plan if you book a ticket between now and Friday, November 22nd. After Friday, we'll still be selling tickets, but they will be $100 more. So you'll only be able to save $100 on pay in full and $50 on the payment plan after Friday. But yeah, it's happening in Destin, Florida next year.
And if you buy both the cruise and the
yes. And Michael said, please mention about the cruise and the combo ticket. If you want to join us on a second event next year, we're also doing a cruise June 23rd through the 28th, leaving out of Galveston, Texas, going to Cozumel and Costa Maya, Mexico. There's going to be 2 at-sea crafting days where we're going to craft in person together on the ship. If you're interested in that, it's $500 for the crafting part of it. And then you'll have to book your cruise through our travel agent to get our room block. And that's an additional $811 per person. If you and your husband want to come along, you can buy the crafting ticket and then buy 2 cruise tickets for the 2 of you. He wouldn't have to buy the crafting ticket, of course. If you're doing that and Southern Adornments Live, you can save $100 by buying a combo ticket. And if you need information about that, just reach out to customer service. I'll put their email right here. Screenshot this if you need to. And they can hook you up with the discount so that you can save $100. That would save $50 off Southern Adornments Live and $50 off the cruise. Carrie says, this was my first event. I chickened out talking to you in person. Oh, Carrie, if I'd known that, I would have come over and made you talk to me anyway. I walked around and tried to talk to everybody, but it was funny because like with that many people, there were definitely people that I would walk by and I'd be like, I don't remember seeing them the first time I walked by. I think I was just like blind overwhelmed because some of them I'm walking by and I'm looking at your craft and not your face. And so it's hard to take it all in at once, but don't let that happen next time, Carrie. Definitely come and meet me in person and say something to me.
I want to get this question. And just Ashton said that she was wanting to know what the name of the glitter was. Again.
Oh, the glitter. Craft Twinkles Crystal. The crystal one. They have a bunch of colors of these, but in my humble opinion, you really only need this one because it's kind of holographic. It looks good on all the colors. So,
and, Cindy said that she's looking forward to Charlie teaching at the event.
Oh, yeah. We joked that Charlie might need to get on stage and teach a craft at next year's event because girlfriend was painting faster than I was. Janelle says she's already got her ticket. She's bringing her friend from the UK. Wonderful.
I'm going to have to talk to her.
Sounds exciting. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Don't forget to share the video. I appreciate y'all. Bye.